Prime Minister Madbouli highlights President al-Sisi's unwavering support for Palestinian statehood. Egypt's foreign minister reaffirms support for Syria's sovereignty in talks with counterpart. And Egypt's Prime Minister announces IPO listing for armed forces companies and highlights healthcare investment. You're watching the latest updates from Egypt on Qnews. Let's move on to the latest developments. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli reaffirmed President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's commitment to supporting the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people, including their goal of establishing an independent state along the 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. Speaking at a government meeting, Madbouli highlighted the influence of global and regional developments on President Sisi's discussions, especially as the world marks the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has held a phone conversation with his Syrian counterpart, Bassem Sabagh, to discuss the latest developments in northern Syria. Abdelati reaffirmed Egypt's unwavering support for Syria's sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity, emphasizing the critical need to protect civilians amidst the ongoing tensions. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has visited Port Sudan to deliver a message from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, chairman of the Sudanese Transitional Sovereignty Council. During their meeting, Abdelati conveyed President al-Sisi's appreciation for historic ties between Egypt and Sudan, reaffirming Egypt's commitment to supporting Sudan's security and stability. He emphasized that the visit reflects Egypt's solidarity with Sudan during this critical time and underscores the deep bonds between the two nations. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has called for an immediate ceasefire in Sudan and the launch of an inclusive political process that reflects the aspirations of the Sudanese people. Speaking during a meeting with Sudanese politicians and civil society representatives, Abdelati outlined Egypt's ongoing efforts to support Sudan and safeguard its interests on various platforms. He emphasized the importance of prioritizing national interests and initiating a comprehensive political dialogue to secure stability and peace in the country. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati has held talks with Uganda's Minister of International Relations, Henry Okello, to strengthen bilateral cooperation, especially on the governance of the Nile River in line with international law. Abdelati reaffirmed Egypt's support for Uganda's water projects, including the Owen Falls Dam. The discussions also focused on enhancing trade, investment, and development ties while addressing regional security concerns. Both ministers pledged mutual support in international forums and efforts to reform the African Union. Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati underscored President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's commitment to fast-tracking the implementation of the second 10-year plan of the African Union's Agenda 2063. During a meeting with Benedict Omaraya, president of the Afrixium Bank, Abdulati praised the bank's role in advancing intra-African trade and supporting the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. He also reaffirmed Egypt's dedication to strengthening its cooperation with the Afreximbank Bank to achieve these goals. Minister of Endowments Osama Al-Azhari emphasized that the true battle for awareness lies on social media, which, if utilized effectively, can become a powerful opportunity. Al-Azhari highlighted the launch of the Protection for Human Building magazine, a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Endowments and other government ministries aimed at fostering awareness and education. Minister of Electricity and Renewable Energy, Mahmoud Ismat, has met with the Dutch ambassador to Cairo, Peter Maloma, to explore opportunities in various sectors, especially green hydrogen and renewable energy. Ismat emphasized the importance of attracting new investments in modern technologies with a focus on green hydrogen, which plays a key role in Egypt's long-term energy strategy. He also discussed efforts to localize green hydrogen production to support sustainable energy developments. Minister of Local Development Manel Awad met with a delegation from the Chinese company New Hope, a leader in agriculture and renewable energy. The meeting focused on expanding industrial investment in Egypt, especially exploring the establishment of a $100 million feed factory complex. This initiative marks a significant step in promoting Chinese investment in Egypt and strengthening strategic ties between the two countries. The Ministry of Social Solidarity has announced that 1,318 people with disabilities have secured jobs in the private sector, companies, factories and banks across the country. This initiative aligns with the 2018 Persons of Disabilities Rights Law, which aims to integrate individuals with disabilities into society. The ministry emphasized its commitment to meeting the 5% employment quota for disabled people in both public and private sectors. Additionally, 210 individuals have been trained in digital marketing, with plans to train another 850. The 9th Food Africa, Fresh Africa and Pack Process exhibition has officially opened at the Egypt International Exhibition Center. The event showcases 1,018 companies from 39 countries covering sectors including food industries, agricultural products, packaging and food processing machinery. The Mansoura University Vertebrate Paleontology Center has set a Guinness World Record for discovering the smallest fossil of an ancient whale dating back approximately 41 million years. The fossil, named Tutectus ryanensis after Pharaoh King Tutankhamun, belongs to the Basilosaurid whale species, measuring 2.5 meters in length. The fossil was unearthed in the Wadi Rayyan, Fayoum in 2023 and officially entered the Guinness World Record in October 2024. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli announced that 3 to 4 companies affiliated with the armed forces will be listed next week as part of the government's IPO program. He also highlighted that over 40 billion Egyptian pounds was allocated in the first half of 2024 for the purchase of medicine. Additionally, the Prime Minister noted that the health sector expenditures over the past decade have totaled nearly 1 trillion Egyptian pounds, emphasizing the government's commitment to improving healthcare services. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has witnessed the signing of a significant investment agreement by Nissan Egypt to manufacture a third vehicle model locally at its plant. Nissan Egypt has allocated $45 million to the project, with an additional $2 million investment to increase the production capacity of its 3 models to exceed 30,000 cars annually by 2025. This expansion coincides with the company's 20th anniversary in the Egyptian market, where it operates a fully integrated manufacturing facility. The Cabinet has approved a proposal by the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Trade to regulate the car market for 2025, aimed at stimulating investment in the local market. The Cabinet emphasized the goal of ensuring that cars meet specific standards, with approved services centres providing spare parts. It also stressed the importance of fair competition, balanced prices, and protecting intellectual property rights while working to eliminate any market distortions. The Central Bank of Egypt has announced that Kuwait has extended a $2 billion deposit for an additional year. The deposit, originally due in April 2024, will now mature in April 2025. Kuwait also holds another deposit of approximately $2 billion at the CBE, set to mature in September 2024. The report further revealed that Egypt repaid medium and long-term deposits from the UAE totaling $5.652 billion by the end of June 2023. Egypt's food industry exports have reached $5.1 billion from January to October 2023. And according to the Food Export Council, this represents an increase of $770 million, marking the highest growth rate and export value in the sector's history. The figure reflects an 18% growth compared to the $4.3 billion recorded in the same period in 2022 and exceeds the total food exports for all of 2022, which stood at $5.068 billion by over $30 million. Minister of Industry and Transport, Lieutenant General Kamil El-Wazir, held a key meeting with several international Italian companies specializing in industrial transport at the headquarters of Intesa Sanpaolo Bank in Italy. During the meeting, El-Wazir and the chairman of the Italian company Piaggio discussed plans to reopen a factory in Egypt. The minister emphasized that both the political leadership and the Egyptian government are deeply committed to localizing various industries in collaboration with major international companies. In sports, Al Ahly has departed Cairo Airport for South Africa ahead of their match against Orlando Pirates in the second round of the African Champions League group stage. The team will face Orlando Pirates next Saturday in their upcoming group stage clash. As for tomorrow's weather, it is expected to be moderate during the day in Greater Cairo, the Delta, the North Coast, and the North Upper Egypt. South Sinai and South Upper Egypt will experience warmer temperatures, while all regions will be cold at night. Morning fog is anticipated on agricultural and express roads, as well as roads near water bodies. Light rain may become moderate is forecast for the northeastern coast, with light rain extending to the northwestern coasts. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here's what we've been covering. Prime Minister Madbouli highlights President El-Sisi's unwavering support for Palestinian statehood. Egypt's foreign minister reaffirms support for Syria's sovereignty in talks with counterpart. And Egypt's Prime Minister announces IPO listing for armed forces companies and highlights healthcare investments. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.